Unit 10, Gateway. John was once in the office of a manager, Michael, when the phone rang. Immediately, Michael bellowed, "That disgusting phone never stops ringing." He then proceeded to pick it up and engage in a 15-minute conversation while John waited. When he finally hung up, he looked exhausted and frustrated. He apologized as the phone rang once again. He later confessed that he was having a great deal of trouble completing his tasks because of the volume of calls he was responding to. At some point, John asked him, "Have you ever considered having a certain period of time when you simply don't answer the phone?" Michael said, "As a matter of fact, no," looking at him with a puzzled look. It turned out that this simple suggestion helped Michael not only to relax, but to get more work done as well. Like many people, he didn't need hours of uninterrupted time, but he did need some. Exercise 1. Tim Wallach, the third baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers, was ready to hang it up. Once a great hitter, he had been batting poorly for 2 consecutive seasons. But Reggie Smith, a first-year batting coach on the team, wouldn't let Wallach quit. He encouraged him and told him that he could get his stroke back with a little extra work. So during the off-season, Smith worked with him 3 times a week. This is the way Wallach described those sessions. Reggie was positive from day one. Regardless of whether I felt I was having a bad day and was struggling, he'd find something good about what happened. You just don't see that often. People tend to work off the negatives, but Reggie wouldn't do that, and he wouldn't let me do it either. Wallach finished the year with 23 home runs and a .280 batting average. He gave all the credit to Reggie Smith's coaching and encouraging words. Exercise 2. The little girl was still young enough to see her guardian angel, who was with her every day. She played with her angel. They laughed and sang together. She told her mother she always had fun with her friend. Her mother believed her daughter to have an invisible friend so commonly reported by young children and thought to be a friend from her imagination. The mother asked her daughter the friend's name, and her daughter told her it was Amiel. The little girl and Amiel spent many, many hours together in her younger years. Every night at bedtime, Amiel would kiss the little girl good night. As the years moved on, the cloud became denser around Amiel, and the little girl could not see or talk to her anymore. The little girl did not really notice because she became involved with her friends from school and lots of school activities. But Amiel was still with the little girl, even though they didn't talk or play anymore. Amiel was her guardian angel. Exercise 3. A couple of years ago, a colleague of mine joined a project that had been running for a while. On his first day, my colleague met the project manager, and he explained a few things, then handed the new team member a set of documents. Some of those were huge. They contained the entire specification of a complex application. The project manager was visibly proud of the fact that his team had produced such comprehensive documentation. A couple of hours later, I saw my colleague sitting in his office, in front of a large pile of paper, looking rather unhappy. A question about how he was getting on with the project materials revealed that the poor guy wasn't getting on well at all. He said he was drowning in the specification and that he couldn't keep all the details in his mind. Eventually, he learned many of those details, but more from discussions with the other team members over the next weeks than from reading the documentation. Exercise 4. Detecting the remarkable powers of Blaise Pascal, his father had formed very definite resolutions as to his education. His chief maxim was always to keep the boy above his work, and for this reason he did not wish him to learn Latin till he was 12 years of age, when he might easily acquire it. In the meantime, he sought to give him a general idea of grammar, of its rules and the expectations to which these rules are liable, and so to fit him to take up the study of any language with intelligence and facility. He endeavored further to direct his son's attention to the more marked phenomena of nature, and such explanations as he could give of them. But here the son's perception outstripped the father's power of explanation. He wished to know the reason of everything, and when his father's statements did not appear to him to give the reason, he was far from satisfied.